Hey guys, welcome back to another braces and Spanish video. Today I'm going to be sharing more of my experience with braces and specifically how I maintain my oral hygiene with braces on and how it is much more difficult even as an adult with braces than it is as, say, a teenager with braces, because I have done both. And of course there will be some Spanish in this video porque el enfoque de mi canal es el español. Y si ustedes no han visto mis otros videos y aún no lo saben, esta es mi segunda vez con los frenillos. La primera fue cuando era adolescente y ahora los tengo otra vez como adulta. So I've had quite a bit of experience with braces, even though I've only had them for a little over 8 months now. I had them as a teenager for 4 years, from 13 to 17, and I went through the whole process of the expander, the extractions, plus a wisdom teeth removal. I pretty much had the works the first time around with my braces, and so this time around you would think that I would have a better idea of how to care for braces and how to maintain oral health, and I kind of do, but there's a lot of things that I'm learning now, especially because it is just so much different having braces as an adult than it is having them as a teenager. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today, is some of the techniques that I use to make my life a little bit easier with braces as an adult. And the reason that I am in my bathroom today is because I have all of my orthodontic tools in here, which I will show you. Let me move the camera so you can see. So as you see over here, I have my water flosser, my electric toothbrush, my toothpaste, my travel kit, my other tools, and all of that. So that is why I'm filming in my bathroom today. So I'm going to share with you guys my cleaning routine for my braces and also what I keep in my travel kit for my braces so that I can clean my teeth without having to carry all of this around, because it is a lot of stuff. Entonces voy a empezar con alguna información sobre mi salud oral y mi edad, porque creo que estos son factores importantes tener en cuenta cuando explico por qué cuido mis dientes y mis frenillos de la manera en que lo hago. Básicamente es difícil mantener la higiene dental con los frenillos, y aún más para los adultos y las personas que tienen otros problemas dentales. So I want you guys to know just a little bit about my oral history, because you might not need to do everything that I do for my dental health with braces, especially if you are younger or if you have healthier gums, then you might not need to do quite as much. And as a disclaimer, everything that I mentioned in this video is based entirely on my experience. I am not a dental professional or an orthodontist. I have not studied dentistry or orthodontics. This is just based on my experience as a patient with braces. So I am 27 years old. I got my braces put on when I was 26, and for the most part I have pretty good oral health as far as my teeth. I have never had any cavities, so that part is great. However, my gums are not as good as my teeth. I am currently battling with gingivitis and I'm trying not to get periodontitis. So I am working extra hard to keep my gums clean, and mostly I'm doing that by flossing and using mouthwash, and I'm also trying to find a balance so as not to overdo it. But fortunately, I do have extra long roots, so when you go into your braces put on, you know how they do the x-ray and they do cavity clearance and all of that, and they look at your teeth. They told me that I have extra long roots, so if I do have a little bit of root absorption or recession in the gum lines, I have extra long roots already, so I'll be less affected by it in the sense that I will have like normal length roots still attached for my teeth. So that part is good. But I still am trying to have my teeth cleaned extra. When I go in every 6 months, they do a cleaning below the gum line, and it is preventative. I have not been diagnosed with periodontitis yet, so they are just doing that mostly because I have braces and the risk is greater with braces on because it is so much more difficult to maintain good oral health with braces. So they're doing that cleaning below the gum line, and it's not a planning or scaling or any of that. It's just the cleaning right below the gum line. So they're doing that, and in between that I'm having a regular cleaning done. So every 3 months I go to have my teeth cleaned, but only once every 6 months I have it cleaned under the gum line, and then in between they just clean above the gum line because it would be too much for my gums. My orthodontist, my dentist said to go to do that thorough cleaning, and also just not necessary to do that, and it's probably not necessary to do this additional cleaning, but I was told that it also doesn't hurt, so I figured I might as well have it done, at least while I have my braces on. Entonces voy a compartir con ustedes lo que hago a diario para mantener mi salud dental con frenillos. So I'm going to start by sharing some of the techniques, some of the things that I use all of these tools for over here to keep my teeth clean, especially when I am out and about, if I am eating lunch or whatever it is, and I am not at home with my water flosser and electric toothbrush and all of that. I have a travel kit that I take with me so that I can clean my teeth. Even if I don't have a lot of time, it's nice to have a travel kit because I have this interdental brush, which if you see here, it's very nice because even if you don't have time to clean your teeth, you can use it to go in between the wires, and you can use it to dislodge anything that is in there, or even to clean the top. And it's very helpful to have, and it's very soft, so it doesn't hurt your teeth, and there is a metal piece inside of there, so you do have to be careful of that. But other than that, it's very soft, so you can just kind of use that to clean anything away from the wire or the brackets. And I also keep a travel toothbrush and a toothpaste. And this is a new one. I have not opened this yet because of the stay-at-home order in California right now. I can't go anywhere, so I don't ever need to brush my teeth when I'm out. So right now I just use my at-home tools, and I have this ready to go when I go back to work, back out. I'll actually open this right now so you guys can see. I'll show you what I like about this so much. And I'll also put a link in the description bar down below so that if you want one of these, you can find one. So we have the toothbrush, and I really like these toothbrushes because you can open them and it goes back inside of the container here, so it doesn't get anything wet. You can put it away, and it has these holes down on the bottom so that it doesn't get moldy or anything in there, so that it can dry. So this is nice, and it keeps it clean, keeps it protected from getting anything on it. And then you just pop it into place here, and you have toothbrush. So I will change this out. And when I go to the dentist for cleanings, I always change out my toothbrush because I don't want to put any of the bacteria that was on the old toothbrush onto my teeth after I've had them professionally cleaned. So I always change out all of my toothbrushes and all of my dental brushes, equipment, anything that needs to be changed after I get my teeth cleaned, to start with something clean and new. And then of course, make sure you have toothpicks with you to use with your toothbrush. So I do this when I have a little bit more time and when I have access to a sink. Then I do try to do this. It's usually if I'm at a restaurant or something, I just use the interdental brush. I'll go into the bathroom and just push out any food that's in there so that I don't have to be walking around for the rest of the night or the day, whatever it is, with food in my braces. So there's not always an appropriate time to use these, but it is nice to have them with you. Okay. I also always keep with me chapstick, and here's a couple different kinds that I use. I have this Blistex one, and I have a Carmex, and I like the medicated ones just because I like the way that they feel on my lips. I like the tingly sensation, and I don't like the flavored ones as much. I like the mint or menthol flavor. So the brand that I use is just my preference, but I do always use chapstick because since I've gotten my braces put on, and I don't remember this as a teenager, but this time my lips are always so dry with braces, so I always put this on, especially right before I go into the orthodontist and my mouth is going to be open for a while. I'll put the chapstick on so that my lips don't get as dry. So this is something that I keep with me all the time. I also keep with me this wax. So if you have braces, you've probably seen this dental wax, and I don't really use it because I like to build calluses in my mouth where the braces are, so that my mouth will just be stronger. My skin will just be stronger against the braces, so I don't really use it. I just let the sores heal and then the skin toughens, and then I don't use them. But it is helpful if you have something loose. If you have a loose wire or a loose rubber band or something, you can put it on there to help it to stay in place, I've heard. So that could be helpful. And I did use this when I was a teenager. I used the wax on my braces quite a bit, and it did help with the irritation. You then just have a little piece of wax in there that you have to make sure you take off before you eat, otherwise you're going to be eating wax. And I also still have these spare rubber bands from when I got my braces put on. So these were the spacers that they put on, but they're the same as the rubber bands that they put on your teeth. So I kept them in case one of my rubber bands comes off, and then I can put one back on if I need to and I can't get to the orthodontist soon enough. And I have some tools that I use to help to put them on, or to put a wire back in if that pops out. And that is this right here. So again, I am not an orthodontist or trained in dentistry in any way, so I do not use these for the purposes of cleaning my teeth because I don't know how. But I do like to have these, and mostly this one, because it is helpful if a rubber band pops off. You can just kind of pop it back on, or if the wire pops out, then you can use these tweezers to pop it back in. And my orthodontist has told me that it's okay to put the wire back in if it pops out. It only really happens when you have the thinner wires. When the wires are thicker, then they're less likely to pop out because they don't bend as much. And mostly they just pop out during flossing. This one though I use because I have a space in between my band and my tooth in the back, which I don't know if you can see, but here there's a space in between there and food gets stuck in there. So I use this after eating, and I use it like this just to dislodge any food that's in there. Like, just like that. So if there's anything in there. And then around this one, just in case there's anything in there, because sometimes it gets lodged down in there. So I use this just to take it out. I don't do any cleaning or anything like that with my teeth because this is surgical steel and it can potentially damage teeth. So that is all that I use it for, is just for cleaning around the top of the bands. I don't go anywhere near the gum line, and I just use it to dislodge anything that's in there when I'm cleaning my teeth. So that is the first thing that I do when I'm cleaning my teeth, is that I just remove anything that is there. So now I'm gonna go over my cleaning routine at home, and that's the first thing that I do. So I just dislodge anything that's in there, anything that's visible with either that pick or with an interdental brush. And then I use my water flosser, which I love. And a little trick that I learned for this, is I read somewhere online, is putting some mouthwash in with it so that it also disinfects the mouth a little bit, and it disinfects the cleaner, so the tube and all of that where the water goes through. It's helpful to have that clean as well. If you don't use this for a while, sometimes it gets a little smelly if the water sits there. So if you use the mouthwash in there and you just put a little bit in there, like I put like that much, basically about as much as you would use for mouthwash, I put that in here. And then I fill the rest of it with water, and I use the water flosser to clean off my teeth before I brush. In addition to that, I also floss. I try to floss at least like twice a week or 3 times a week, and that's in addition to the water flossing. So my dental hygienist told me that the water flosser was not a replacement for flossing. It kind of seems to do the job, but I still floss because I noticed that if I do go a while without flossing, like if I go a week without using regular floss, then my gums are sensitive when I do floss. So I try to floss like 2 or 3 times a week in addition to the water flosser. So I use the water flosser and then I floss, and when I floss, I use a piece of thread here. And this is extra wax. This is like extra strong wax so that it does not shred when I'm flossing in between my braces, because some of the wax will just be destroyed when you use it with braces. So this one, I double it like this and then I floss with braces, and I think I'll do another video about how to floss and use the water flosser with braces, because I feel like this video is already getting very long, so I will do that in a separate one. But I use the water flosser and then I floss and then I brush my teeth with my electric toothbrush. So I use this, and I use it usually on the lowest setting, so on the soft setting, because I want to keep my teeth very clean. I want to clean them frequently, but I also don't want to overdo it. And so I use the lowest setting, the gentle setting on the brush to clean my teeth, and that way it's not putting too much pressure on my teeth and it's not wearing the enamel, because if I brush my teeth 2 or 3 times a day with the electric toothbrush. So again, not necessarily something that you need to worry about. I am probably a little bit over precautious about my teeth, but that's what I do. And then after brushing, I use mouthwash, and pretty much just at night I use the mouthwash. And this is my favorite one, this Listerine mouthwash. And I use this one. Usually if I put it in my water flosser and then I do that with the mouthwash, I don't do it again. So I usually do one or the other, or sometimes I, like in the middle of the day, sometimes I will just use the water flosser with this brush on the head to clean it, and I'll use the mouthwash. So I try not to use it too many times each day. As soon as you can use it 2 times each day, I usually use it once or twice. So again, I try to find a balance with that, as with everything that you do, because you want to stay healthy, but you also don't want to overdo it. Alright, you made it through to the end of this video. Let me know in the comment section down below by telling me why you watch my braces videos. So if maybe you have braces, or you just like it for the Spanish, or you just watch them because you enjoy watching them, let me know down below, and then I'll know you made it to the end of this video. Ok, espero que ustedes hayan encontrado este video útil para su español y sus frenillos si los tienen. Nos vemos la próxima vez. Chao.